oh, 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 oh. Snow is falling down. I said, whoa, oh, 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 oh. Can you hear the sound? I said, oh, we're gonna have a party. Yeah, we're just getting started. Let's dance. It's time to jingle, jingle, oh. Everybody get your hands up.
Welcome to the 4th annual Jingle Jam. This is the 4th time we've done Jingle Jam here at New Hope 365. This is the first time we've done it virtually. And while we miss having all of you here in the room with us, we're hoping that by going virtual, more people can join us and more families can enjoy Jingle Jam together at home. So now is the time. If you came and picked up your Jingle Jam bag, get it out, get it ready, but don't open it yet. If you were not able to come and pick up a bag, pause the video and go look at the description under the video and you'll see all the supplies you need to gather to enjoy Jingle Jam together with us. So I have some of my team members here tonight that have helped put this Jingle Jam event together. This is Maddie. She's done all of our filming, a lot of our creative work, and all the editing for these videos. And Maddie, I thought Dave was going to be here. Do you know where he is?
He texted me earlier talking about getting a costume.
A costume? Why does he need a costume? Dave, why are you wearing a cow costume?
For the Christmas pageant.
Jingle Jam is not a Christmas pageant. But even if it were, why would you need a cow costume?
Well, like, you know how it is. Like, they always have those kids, like, in animal costumes, singing songs, and saying,
God loved the world so much that he gave his only son, John 3:16.
Why did you say it like that?
well, you know, it's cuter than saying,
God loved the world so much that he gave his only son.
Yeah, I think it's better the other way.
Yes, but Jingle Jam is not a Christmas pageant, so I don't think you need that.
so I can take it off.
Yes, Dave, you can take it off. So in case you haven't figured it out yet, this is Dave. He's also part of the Jingle Jam team that has been working so hard to bring this event to you. The theme for this year's Jingle Jam is Simply Christmas, No Assembly Required. We're going back to basics and we're going to use an Advent theme to focus on the true meaning of Christmas, the birth of Christ.
What's Advent?
It's pronounced Advent.
Yes, Advent. It's a Christmas tradition. We all have them, like your favorite Christmas songs or that favorite Christmas movie you like to watch over and over again, or even Christmas treats that you make every year at Grandma's house. Sometimes it seems like without them, it just wouldn't be Christmas. But then, sometimes it seems a little too familiar. Like when you've watched that movie for the millionth time, or every store you go into is playing the same Christmas songs over and over. And it just sort of loses some of its joy. So we're going to go back to basics and focus on the reasons Christ came, to bring us hope, love, joy, and peace. So now is when you need that Jingle Jam bag. Go ahead and open it up and pull out this envelope with the Wreath of Honor sticker. And inside that envelope, you will find our Jingle Jam version of the Advent wreath in the shape of a snowflake. Then get out your little bag that says hope, but don't open it yet. The reason Christ came in the first place was to bring us hope. So I think we should first look at why the nation of Israel, and all humankind for that matter, was so desperately in need of hope.
You know, I think they're doing a story on hope on the news today. Dave, go to channel 365. and good morning. Thank you for being with us today. I'm Maddie Dalglish with New Hope News, catching you up on the latest. Today we have a story from the Hebrews, talking about how they're finding hope in their situation. Going out to Dave in the desert. Dave, what are you hearing out there?
Thanks, Maddie. Well, these people were enslaved by Pharaoh until the former prince of Egypt, Moses, heard a little something from God.
So yeah, one day I was just walking with my sheep, and I kind of got lost in a cave. My sheep got lost, and I went to go find him, and all of a sudden, boom! This is like a burning bush just sitting there, but it wasn't burning, it was on fire. And that just really got my attention. So I took my sandals off, and boom, God was speaking to me. And he told me to go to Pharaoh and tell him to let the Israelites go. So that's what I did.
Then Moses says that he went to go see Pharaoh and asked to let his people go. However, Pharaoh was not so easily swayed. The fellow Israelite, Abbas, gives his thoughts on the situation.
He made us work even more than before. But you know what? Things got weird. The Nile turned into blood. Frogs came out of nowhere. Gnats are in our food. And guess what? Our cows, they got the mad cow disease. They got sick.
Yeah, it's pretty rough at first. Still getting over it.
Then we got sick, and then hail started coming out of the sky. But eventually, after things kept on getting weirder and worse, Moses kept on asking Pharaoh to let us go. And guess what? After the 10th time, he was like, y'all get out of here, I'm sick of these plagues. Get your stuff and go. And that's what we did. I packed in my bags, and I headed out of there.
Then the Israelites started following Moses to the Promised Land.
After we left Egypt, things were going great. You know, God was leading us during the day with a pillar of a cloud. By night, a pillar of fire. We were getting free manna every day and quail. Things were going great.
But their luck quickly ran out.
Yeah, it's just been real tiring. I mean, like, I got like 100-pound wagon full of food. Jerry over there, he's not so lucky. He's got like 2 kids and crazy-eyed Abbas.
You see, we were never hungry, but eating the same food and walking in the desert every day, it's super boring. I would rather have like some cupcakes or steak or anything other than manna. Honestly, I'm kind of getting bored of manna. God, what are you doing? Anyways, all I'm saying is it's hopeless. We've been walking in this desert for so long, and there's no sight of the Promised Land. I've been keeping track. It's been like 46 days of just wandering around, and I really hope it isn't more than 46 days. I don't know if I can handle 46 years of walking in the wilderness. I hope we find the Promised Land soon, because, yeah.
But Moses has some different views on the situation.
Well, I find my hope by putting my faith in God. God always keeps his promises. Always. Don't forget it. And if we trust in his plan, he'll get us to the Promised Land. There you go. That's all, folks. Moses out.
There you have it, the answer to our question. How do you find hope in a hopeless situation? Well, you should always trust in God, because God's plan is the best plan. Back to you, Maddie.
Thanks, Dave. And now with our weather forecast. The girl kind of look like me.
Yeah, I'll sign your name too.
Weird.
So God gave the nation of Israel several prophecies about the coming Messiah. He would be king, he would give them rest for their souls, he would bring them peace with their enemies. Basically, he would solve everything. So now, as you open your hope bag and pull out what's inside, you can turn it on and you can set it on your snowflake right where the word hope is. Now, if I were not sure something was going to happen, I might say that I hope it happens. Like, I hope it snows tomorrow so I don't have to go to school. But when we talk about Christmas hope, it's more of an I know it's going to happen rather than a wishful thinking. Instead of I wish it would happen, it's I know it will happen. It's belief that God has a plan. So when you're feeling sad or discouraged or disappointed, think about that hope. Think about the plan that God has for us. The plan that says one day we will all join him in heaven as his friends. And there will be no more sadness, no more pain, no more disappointment. just the joy of being with Jesus. Do any of you find that it's easier to show love at Christmas time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's sort of already in a good mood and in the giving spirit. But at Christmas time, we're talking about Christ's love. And that's a different kind of love. That's the kind of love that died on the cross for our sins, gave up heaven to come to earth. It's a sacrificial love. So in just a moment, I'm going to have you pause this video, and I want you to answer 3 questions together as a family. First, I'd like you to think about, do you have the resources to give to somebody else this Christmas season? Second, I'd like you to talk about whether or not, if you had to give up one of your gifts in order to have that money to spend on somebody else this Christmas, would you be willing to do that? And third, talk about, is there somebody that you know that could use your help this Christmas? Or maybe an organization that helps others that you could give to, or someplace you could go as a family and serve. Then after you've answered those questions, I want you to open your love bag, take out your candle, light it, and set it on the love spot on your Christmas wreath. So go ahead and pause the video now and answer those questions together. Now that you've thought about some way or someone that you could help this Christmas, I want you to think about something else. What is it that you're going to have to give up in order to help that person or that organization this Christmas? Because you probably will have to sacrifice something. Think about it. It's going to be hard. But then I want you to think about the joy that whoever you're helping is going to receive this Christmas from your sacrificial gift. Think about how Christ had mixed emotions when he gave up heaven to come to earth and when he died on the cross for our sins. Even though he knew it was going to give us salvation, it still was probably hard, but he did it anyway, because that's Christ's love, the love we celebrate at Christmas. And now, in true Jingle Jam fashion, it's time to take a break and play a game. This year's game is called Emoji Christmas Songs. You're going to see on your screen several emojis that represent the title of a Christmas song. You get to guess what song they represent. And here's the cool part. You get to decide how you want to play. You can either take turns, or you can go with whoever shouts out the answer first, or you can just work together as a family and try to figure it out for fun. It's up to you. So now it's time to play Emoji Christmas Songs. Good evening and welcome to this very special Jingle Jam edition of Survey Says, where tonight's questions are all about joy. Tonight we have playing for us heroes versus villains. On the hero side, we have Luke Skywalker, David, the shepherd boy who would become king, and Moses. If you've never heard of Moses, go look him up. Playing for the villains tonight, we have the Egyptian Pharaoh, Darth Vader, and Goliath, the Philistine. Now tonight's questions are all about finding joy when things don't go your way. We surveyed 12 New Hope 365 kids, and all of their answers are on the board tonight. All right, is everybody ready? Let's get ready to play. All right, are you ready for our first challenge? We have Luke Skywalker versus the Egyptian Pharaoh. Question number 1. You open a gift expecting something really incredible, but it's a pair of socks. How can you find joy? Luke.
You can make sock puppets with them.
Sock puppets. Is it on the board? Number 2 answer, sock puppets. Good job, heroes. But there's one answer better. Pharaoh, can you come up with the number 1 answer?
I would take the socks and tie them together and throw them at my slaves.
Throw the socks at your slaves. Is it up there? No, sorry villains. Heroes, you get the chance to play. All right, so heroes, you won the challenge and you get to play. So now we come to David. David, you open a gift expecting something really great and you find out it's socks. How can you find joy?
Maybe you didn't have socks.
Yes,
Good answer, good answer.
Great answer.
Maybe you didn't have socks. Let's see if it's up there. Survey says... Very good. The number 3 answer. All right, Moses, same question. How can you find joy when you get socks as a gift?
You could take the socks and make mittens out of them.
Good answer, good answer, good answer.
Turn them into mittens. Let's see. Survey says... Yes, turn them into mittens. Very good. All right. Luke Skywalker, we're back to you. How can you find joy with socks?
You could maybe have a sock fight. Not like a super violent one, but like a friendly, soft sock fight.
Have a sock fight. Let's see. Is it on the board? Good job.
Good.
No
3 for 3.
strikes.
It's too easy.
Back to you, David.
You can use them as little ninja clothes for your action figures.
That's a great
Yes,
answer, actually.
That's
Great
a
answer.
fantastic answer.
Ninja clothes for your action figures. I don't know. Let's find out. Survey says...
King of Israel.
We
Right
never
here.
lose.
Dollies, action figures, we'll take it. All right, 1 answer left on the board, Moses. How can you find joy with socks as a gift?
Well, you could just be grateful that you got socks in the first place. Or a gift at all.
That's right, that's right.
Grateful you got something. Good answer. Let's see what our New Hope 365 kids said. Survey says... The number 1 answer. Good job, heroes. You cleared the board. All right, let's get ready for round 2. All right, question number 2. David versus Darth Vader. Are you ready? You practice really hard for your school play, but then you get sick and you can't be in it. How can you find joy? David.
You get to stay home and drink Pedialyte and eat popsicles.
Let's see. Survey says number 4 answer on the board, but 3 answers can beat it. Vader, how could you find joy if you have to miss a school play because you're sick?
Well, I didn't want to go in the first place, so I can find joy that I don't have to do the play.
All right. Didn't want to go anyway. Survey says it's on the board. Number 3 answer. All right. Villains got a higher answer. Their turn to play. Okay, villains, get a chance to play. We go to you, Goliath. How can you find joy when you're too sick to be in the school play?
Find joy. Cancel it.
Cancel the play because Goliath can't be in it. Let's see, is it up there?
Terrible answer.
Sorry, Goliath, canceling the play is not on the board. So we go to you, Darth Vader. How can you find joy when you can't be in the school play?
I can find joy because it gives me more time to practice my lightsaber skills.
Take the time to practice lightsaber skills. Let's see. Practicing your skills, survey says. No, sorry, that's 2 strikes. All right, Pharaoh, it's up to you now. You have 2 strikes, you have 1 strike left. How can you find joy if you're too sick to be in the school play?
I would do the play for my slaves and let them watch me over and over and over again.
Do the play for your slaves. Let's see if it's up there. Survey says. Oh, I'm sorry, villains. That's 3 strikes. All right, heroes, you get a chance to steal. Moses, can you give us a way to find joy when you can't be in your school play because you're sick?
I suppose you could just do the play for your family at home.
This is the correct answer.
Thank you, Luke.
Do the play for your family. Is it up there? Survey says. Yes, number 1 answer. The heroes take that round.
Thank you.
All right, let's get ready for round 3. Final round. I need Moses and I need Goliath. All right, we're ready for our final round. We have Moses versus Goliath. Are you ready? You plan to go to the movies with your friends, but your mom makes you stay home and babysit your bratty cousins who always break your toys. How can you find joy? Goliath.
Put them in the crib.
Put them in a crib. Is it on the board? No, putting them in a crib is not on the board. Moses, if you can come up with an answer, heroes get to play.
You could just let them play with toys you don't play with anymore.
Let them play with toys you don't use anymore. Survey says. Yes, number 3 answer. All right, heroes, you're playing our last round. All right, heroes, this is your chance to play. Luke Skywalker, you have to take care of your bratty cousins instead of going to the movies. How can you find joy?
You can find joy by getting some building blocks with your cousins and building up like a wall or something. You know, to like, you know, they like destroying things, so you can build a wall and they can just knock it down and have fun.
Of course.
Let them build with blocks and knock it down. Let's see. Survey says. All right, one answer left. All right, David. It's all up to you. One answer on the board. You still have 3 strikes. How can you find joy when you have to stay home and watch your cousins when your friends are going to the movies?
You can do all kinds of crafts.
Ooh, good answer. Good answer.
Do some crafts with them. Let's see. Is it up there? Number one answer.
Again.
Good job, heroes. You won
Never
the
lose.
round and you win the game. It was a really good game, everybody. Villains, you tried hard. Sorry you didn't make it this time, but the heroes really know how to find joy when things don't go their way. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Jingle Jam Survey Says, and we'll see you next week.
I like that show.
Yeah, me too. It's just something about that Goliath guy.
I think now would be a really good time to open our joy bag and light that candle. Joy probably isn't a word that you say very often. You're more likely to say, I feel happy. And that's just it. Happy and happiness is a feeling. And it's usually based on something that's happening in your life. But joy, true joy, comes from God. And because God never changes, your joy never has to change either. Which means that no matter what happens, you can still find joy in any situation. Sort of like you just saw on the Jingle Jam version of Survey Says. Sort of. Are Christmas Eve and Christmas Day sometimes just a little bit too chaotic? You've got all this food to prepare, family coming over, Christmas gifts to wrap at the last minute, and sometimes it can just seem like too much. But Christmas is sacred. Christmas is a time to stop and remember that God sent us the very, very best gift. So now I want you to go ahead and open the bag that says peace, get out that candle, light it, and set it on your Advent wreath. Then I'm going to ask you to pause the video one more time and talk together as a family. First, I want you to think about and talk about all the people that couldn't be with you this year for whatever reason. Talk about what it is that makes them special and why you miss them. And then if they need your prayers, go ahead and say a prayer for them. And then I want you to go around and have everybody say at least one thing that they can be thankful for or find joy in, even in this season that's been so difficult. And this Christmas, try to find some time as a family just to focus on the peace that comes at Christmas time because of the gift that God sent us.
Well, Jingle Jam was fun, but I'm kind of glad it's over. What was y'all's favorite part? What was your favorite character, dude?
My favorite character was crazy-eyed Abaz.
That was a good
Good
one.
one,
That was
yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing, Dave?
I'm just glad that I'm in frame.
It's nice actually being able to see your face.
Yes. We missed it.
I didn't know what you looked like before. This is my first time actually seeing your face.
No one does.
Ever. Oh, look. This was actually my favorite part. The manna. And now, I can eat it with no hair in my mouth.
Yay!
Mmm.
Alright, well, I think
Delicious.
to finish it off, we should make some cookies for Jesus' birthday. Have a party.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
That's a
okay.
great idea.
So,
Wow.
Zach, you get that. Dave, you get the butter, and Nathan, you get the eggs. You go first, and I'll mix it together.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh!
No!
That's fine.
It's okay.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, I'll say my favorite part was just getting to edit all of it because I could watch it over and over again and laugh every time. There we go. Whoops.
That was a little bit too small. Alright, cool. We have the oven preheated to 450, actually 350. I'm gonna let it sit in there for approximately 20 to 25 minutes.
Yes.
So while the cookies are baking, let's go ahead and get out our Christ bag and go ahead and light that candle. The most important thing to remember at Christmas is that Jesus didn't come so that we could talk about his hope, love, joy, and peace for 25 days every December. He came to give us eternal hope, sacrificial love, perfect joy, and heavenly peace forever. And now we get to share the love of Jesus with everybody else. Now you have one more bag that we haven't opened yet. Inside this bag are some of the things that you need to have your own birthday party for Jesus. So what I want you to do now is to decide as a family when you want to celebrate Jesus' birthday together with some cookies and hot cocoa. And make sure that you laugh, that you stuff your face, that you make a really good Christmas photo together, and maybe a goofy one too, and just have fun and celebrate that Jesus is born and hope is here. And now everybody, I think your cookies are done.
Yeah.
So hungry.
Wait, there's 4 of us.
There's 5 of us now.
There's another batch in the oven.